Now let's go to CBS 2. Zinnia Maldonado is in Washington Heights checking out the subway service. So many things shut down right now. Let's check in with her now. Zinnia?
Well, Cindy and Mary, it's pretty nasty out here, and we've been out here all morning long since about, the past 10 hours. So I can tell you that this rain has really not let up. It's been a heavy rainfall, and then a light drizzle is really the only thing we've been seeing nonstop since we've been out here early this morning. Now, we're here at the 157th Street station because this is one of the stations in the city that is known for flooding. Although we want to say we went down there, we took a look, and it's actually not flooded. Although at last check, the station was only running to 137th Street because of flooding. Now, the MTA, as you heard them, really urging people to stay home, but if they have to use public transportation, try to use the buses. They were telling us yesterday there's really nothing they can do to keep water out of the subway system, but what they can do is prepare. The good news is crews were out preparing yesterday, and as we have seen throughout today, it's been an all-hands-on-deck situation. Now, the MTA says it will be paying extra close attention to stations prone to flooding during this storm. Now, storm inspections were done on all flood-prone stations yesterday, and crews were here at the one-line station checking storm drains and putting equipment in place so they can keep these trains moving. Now, the MTA has also activated its 24-hour situation room, which means it will be monitoring conditions 24/7 into tomorrow. And officials say crews have been deployed to strategic locations so they can quickly respond to any flooding. Now, we did speak to some commuters this morning, so we find it funny. Those we spoke with telling us that they actually were deciding to hop on the bus instead of the train. And the MTA was also mentioning that there are a number of delays throughout a number of different stations. A lot of those are in Brooklyn and Queens. We want to mention specifically the 6 train here in the Bronx is experiencing major delays. There's also no Q service in Brooklyn or most of Manhattan, as most of the Q trains are only running between 96th Street and 57th Street. Also want to mention, again, 6 service is suspended in the Bronx, and that's, of course, due to heavy flooding. E and F trains not running between Manhattan and Queens. They're experiencing a loss of power. So as you can see, just a number of different conditions that this rainfall is causing, whether it's flooding or loss of power. So you want to give yourself plenty of time to get where you need to be. And as city officials, once again, urging residents to, instead of hopping on the subway, if you can take the bus, that will be a better option for today. But for now, we're live from Upper Manhattan. Zinnia Maldonado, CBS 2 News.
And Zinnia, I was just curious, how did the bus riders say it went? Because I did hear the head of the MTA say, go with the bus. They have a full fleet of buses. Did they talk at all about how their trip went?
Well, really, we were talking to people who were waiting for the bus to get on the bus this morning, throughout the morning, heading out. But it's just interesting because they were telling us, this is their neighborhood. They already know the deal. They were telling us they know that, the station here, 157th Street, tends to flood. So they were like, it's not flooding right now, but we don't even want to risk it. So we're just going to hop on the bus. We know it's, secure. They're going to be dry on there and, avoid kind of like that gross mess or having to get water in your shoes, that sort of thing. So they already know the deal. Like, city officials were saying, Mayor Adams was saying, we dealt with heavy flooding and heavy rain like this. So that is the good thing, that the people out here, they kind of, already know what to do as well.
All right, Zinnia, fingers crossed they're going to have a nice ride. Thank you so much.